Hello everyone, welcome back to SecApps Learning. This is Neer Singh, and in today's session we will be exploring about the database. So slowly we will be covering different type of devices, and definitely it's going to help you out because you might be working in different fields like CyberArk, SailPoint, Okta, but these terms are like commonly used if you talk about the Windows server, Unix server, database. So these are commonly used in every technology. So in this session also we will be exploring about the database, like what is a database, what type of database we have, then some examples of database. Then we will have some installation also, like we will try to install some database in our lab, and then we will try to also install some client, and using that client we will be accessing the database. So in this video we will be having some theoretical plus practical also. So let's start the session. So these are the topics we will be covering in today's session, and I have kept minimal. I won't be going in that much depth in the database because database is also a very vast. If you will see, there are different type of database we have, and then they have different example and use cases, totally different. So we'll try to explain about the database, and we'll use one database and we'll try to install it, and we'll show you, and so that you get a good idea about the database. So let's say you are working in PAM technology. So you need to onboard the database account in PAM, whether you work in CyberArk or any other PAM technology like Beyond Trust, Thycotic, etc. So if you know about the basics about the database, it will be easy for you to understand and to onboard those accounts in CyberArk. So let's start with the database. What is a database? So database, you can say it's a collection of data, and that is being used for, like let's take the example. Let's understand with the example. Let's say you are using mobile phone. Everyone have their mobile phone. So inside the mobile phone also you have your data in forms of your pictures, your contacts and videos, etc. So that is a kind of data to you, correct? That's your personal data. Similarly, every organization do have their data. They have some confidential data related to their projects, and which are required to process something. Let's say you are working in AD, means your domain technology, or you can say domain team. You are part of the domain team, and someone is asking, can you please provide me this particular data? I want the data for my this client, or for my this user. I wanted to check his data or the information. So he can just log into the portal, and he can just provide the data. So database, it's a collection of you can say organized collections which are being used, and it is accessed to get the information in your mobile phone, or you just keep any data. That could be like personal data, whether it's a user's data. You are working in a company, they are storing your data like your first name, last name, mobile number, and other details like your address, etc. Government also have your data. Let's say when you go for some identity creation, like Aadhaar card or some passport, they will collect your data and will provide you some valid identity. So similarly, in corporate world, we have different types of data, or you can say database, which is being accessed for the you need to do some work. So you need some data. Without the database, we cannot do anything. Let's say you are working in a technology. Let's talk about the CyberArk. When you install the Vault, so Vault also have its own database, that is MySQL. Similarly, every technology, they have their database. Without the database, an application cannot be functioning. So it needs some information. Without the information, or you can say collection of data, an application cannot work. So that's why database is also very important. It plays an important role. And we have different types of database. I will not go in depth, like we have something hierarchical database, some relational, non-relational, oriented based database, lots of, like, there are different database management system is also there, and it's very vast. So we will be just focusing on the main part only. And when we talk about the database example, like if you have heard about, there are different type of databases. Like we have MySQL, Oracle, MongoDB, PostgreSQL, and many. There are many databases are available, MySQL and MS SQL also. But mostly in the organization, you will see either they are using the SQL, structured query language, you can say, or you will be seeing Oracle. So, and PostgreSQL also, that is also one of the database which is commonly used in the organization. But chances are you will get Oracle and SQL. And apart from that, we have MongoDB and some, I think, MaxDB, and there are many other database example you will see when you will just Google it. You will find lots of database example. So in this session, we will be exploring about the SQL database installation, and we will have some some query, basic query, how you can do some query on the database. So first we will try to install the SQL database, and that's the product of Microsoft only. You can easily get on Google, and there are free trial available, which can be used to install the SQL database on your server, and then you can just explore it. And then we will be using the Microsoft SSMS. So what is SSMS? It's a SQL Management Studio. When we say SQL Management Studio, it's a kind of client, you can say, or it's a kind of agent which is being used to access the database. So let's understand with the example. You use Facebook. So when you access the Facebook, there are two ways. Either you can go with the web-based, or another is your client-based, means your application-based. You will just go to App Store or Play Store, you will download the Facebook application and you start connecting to Facebook account. Similarly, in corporate also we have different type of application, or you can say client. So this Microsoft SSMS, or you can say SQL Management Studio, it's a kind of application, or you can say agent, which is used to access the Microsoft SQL data. So we need to install this application too, and using this application only we will be accessing the SQL data, or you can say you will be connecting to the database. And when, let's say, there is a database team and they want the account should be onboarded in CyberArk or in any other PAM tool of database. So what information you need to collect from them? So most of the time they will be providing you the information, but you can ask for, let's say, username, address and password. These things, three things will be always common. There is no difference whether you onboard Windows or Unix. So these three things will be always common. But in database, extra information which you need to collect are your database name, port number, because when you log into a database portal, it asks for the database name plus the port number. So every database have their own ports. So if you talk about the Oracle, it use 1521, SQL 1433, 1434. And there are many other like database are there. MySQL is there that use the 3306. So different database use their own ports. So that information we can collect from the respective team. Okay. And some basic commands, some you can say basic query we will be just doing in today's session. So that you get a idea about the database. Then access the database using Microsoft SSMS. So we'll try to install the database, and then we'll try to access it using the SQL Management Studio. So let's start with the installation part, guys. So first thing, if you will just if you will just simply search for this download SQL Server, you will get the first link itself. So you just need to open that link and you will land to this page. So it's available on Google. If you will search it, you will get this link. So this is the official website of the Microsoft. Then after that, you can just come to this path. So this is something free edition which is provided by Microsoft, so you can use this. So you can go with this download now, like SQL Server 22. It's a free edition. You can just click on download and it will start downloading. So I have already downloaded. So if you can just simply click on it and it will start the download process. Another thing which you need to download. So same, if you will, let's say you are searching this query in your Google, so you will get another link. Like first link we already seen. Second is this SQL Management Studio, SQL Server Management Studio, you can say. And simply you will come to this link and click on this download, free download. So this is also free. Microsoft didn't charge anything for this too. So you can download these two client. So I have already downloaded, and let's try to start the installation. And if you haven't seen my last video, which was there on the Windows Server and Unix Server installation, I will provide the link in the video's description, or I will just provide in the card. You can just click on it and first you can watch that video. So it's a foundation series and you can follow from starting, because in that video I have shown how to install the Windows Server and then Unix Server. So to start the SQL database installation, first you can just log into your Windows Server and you can copy the files. So I think I already have those files. So these are two files which are there. One is your SQL Server, another is your SSMS, that is your SQL Management Studio. So let me go to full screen. Okay, so we will start with the SQL Server Express. So just simply right click and run as administrator. So it will start installing. Okay, file couldn't be downloaded. This means installer version of the installer is no longer supported. Please download again from the, okay, I think this is my 16 server, so might be it's not supported on this. So let's see. Okay, let me search for another. So they might be having some for Windows Server 2016. Yeah, cool. So guys, you can use the for 16 or whatever servers you are using. So you can just simply, okay, I think, okay, this is the one. Let's try this out. I think I downloaded for 22, so let me delete this one. Okay, so this is the 16, guys. So you can download according to your Windows Server version. So I am using Windows Server 16, so you can also download the 16 only. So now let's try to install this. Okay, so we will go with the custom only, guys, because the basic one, we will not have the custom and or download media, because we just need to see the functionality and the installation process. So you can also follow the same. Click on basic and okay, accept this. The drive doesn't have enough space. Please select drive with at least, okay, it needs some space. So let me see if I can increase or not. Okay, it's 7 GB is free. Why it's not? Okay, I think it's need 11. GB approx. Okay, let me try to increase this. So what you can do, you can just simply first power off, and then let's try to increase the hard disk. Edit virtual machine setting, then 20 GB, I think expand. Okay, let's try to make it 30. So it will take some time, guys. Let's see. In production, this is not the task of, let's say you are working in a specific technology. So you won't be doing this. This is mostly managed by your server team or VMware team. Let's see. Okay, meanwhile, okay, it's okay, it won't be. Okay, let's wait for it. Expanding virtual disk. Okay, it was repartition the disk and expand the file system from within the guest operating system. Okay. Compact disk to reclaim unused space. Let's try that out. Okay, it was done. Let's see. Let's see if it has increased or not. I hope this might have increased. Let's see. Okay. It has not increased. Let me check in the disk management. If you will type this command, you can just simply go to disk management. Okay, here it is showing something different. Okay, let me just allocate this. Okay, I think how we can extend volume. Let's see. Okay, cool. So after just increasing the volume from the VMware setting, you can just simply come to disk management and you can simply right click and it will just increase. Let me see. Okay. So now you can see it's 18 GB free. So let's try to install now and see if it's working or not. Run as administrator. Oh freak, not this one. 16.1. So we will go with the basic, accept. So now it's fine because it needs this much space, approx 11 GB. So we are good. So we will install now. Okay, evaluation has stopped working. Why this is coming? I think let me have the internet running. As of now, internet is not running on this server. So to run the internet on your server, you can just simply add one more network adapter, and that should be net. So let's check out now. Okay, let's try to, okay, wait for it. Here you will see one sign. Okay, now its internet is running on this machine. So let's see if it might need some more files. So let's check that out. So you can see it has started the downloading install package. So it might need some more files. So you can just switch on the internet on your VMware and then you can start the your installation process. So let's see. Okay, my internet speed is quite fine. Finally, it is installed. You can see. Let me go to full screen. It took some time, I think approx 10 to 15 minutes to install. So that's why I have skipped some of the part. After the package was downloaded successfully, it took some 10 to 15 minutes. So you can wait until it is getting installed. Now it is asking for connect now or install SSM. So let's try to install the SSMS from here itself. So let's see if it's working or not. So I think let's see if it will open the from Internet Explorer. Or I have already downloaded. Let me just close this out. Let's try those SMS first. Let me just simply close all this and you can close this out. Yes. So our SQL Server is installed. Now let's try to install the SQL Management Studio and then we will just start the connection process. So what you can do guys, so this is one some release note. I have found some release SQL management note. So you can find the older version here. If you will just go to Cybera, the Microsoft official website, you will find these some old versions. So I have just downloaded this 18.12. So let's try to use this because I think 19.1 might be supported on 2019 server only. But let's try to install this 18.12. So let me just copy. This is the 18.12. Okay. So let's try to install this. You can just run as administrator. Let's see if it's working or not. I think it's taking some time or maybe okay, it has started. Welcome, click to install. So we will go with the simple installation. And also one more thing guys, totally depend upon your server. If let's say some version is not supported, just simply Google and just try to get the older version and it will work because in lab we are not using the licensed product. So it may happen some of the products are not supported, but we can get the some cracked version or you can always try with the older version. So just simply click on install and I think it will also load some package, and if it will also take some time I will just skip this part. Okay, so it has started. Let's wait for it. I think it's also going to take some time, so I will just skip this installation part. Installation is simple, it's not that much tough. Cool. So finally, the server Microsoft Management Studio is being installed, and it was a simple installation. After you click on install, it will be done, but it takes again 5 to 7 or 10 minutes. So it is asking for restart. So just simply click on restart, and the installation part for the database is completed. Now, after this server is rebooted, we will just try to access our database. So finally, this is done. So let's try to access our database. Let's see if it's going to work or not. So let me first delete that extra network adapter that is not required. So you can just simply go to your VMware settings, select that and remove, and just simply OK. Let's try to search for SSMS, or how it will be. I think this is the one. Okay, okay, you need some updates. Select, okay, no, we don't want to update it. I think this is something, and no, not this one. Yeah. Okay, so you can open from here also if you will click on tools, or you can simply search for this SQL Management Studio also, it will open. So this is the client, guys. You might have seen this client in your production also if you are working in CyberArk or any other PAM tool, and you might have used this SQL Management Studio for creating some scripting and all. So the interface will look like this. By default, it has taken the server name. So if you will check the server name or the host name, so if just type the, open the command prompt and just type host name, you can see this is the same host name, correct? So in production, guys, you might have a different host name because one SQL Management Studio can be used to access multiple database. So address or your the server name could be anything. It's not something, this should be let's say you are installing on one server, so it's not required to be same server. So that's totally fine. Okay, so let's just try to connect, and this Windows authentication will be default only. So let's go with the default, and you have another authentication method also. So it totally depends upon your database team what type of authentication method they are going to use. So we will go with the Windows authentication. What will happen with the Windows authentication? Let's say I am logged in with this administrator account. So if you will just type who am I, you will get the which user you have logged in. So by default, it will take this account if you are going with the Windows authentication. So you don't need to provide the password. Let's try to click on connect. And you can see our database, we have connected to our database. So let's try to run some new query. If you will click on new query, it will give you the database. So here, if you have like studied about the database or SQL, that is structured query language. So you can just create some table, you can delete a table, you can modify. I am not a good in that much good in the database, but we'll try to create some tables. So, or some database also you can just create a database name. So let's say command query simple, just create database, or I think it's case sensitive, might be database SecApps learning. I will use the same name, and you need to use this particular thing and enter, and then we can create some table. Like courses, and you can just put this something like that. You can have something, let's say we have the course name, where means you want to add some character limit or something. So I will go with the default one. So let's try to just close this part, or you can have some serial number also. Let's say course ID, and it will be an integer. Let's see if it's going to work or not. and let's see, insert some values. So if you want, you can insert some values inside this. Okay, let's first just try to run this if it is created or not. So if you will select this and just execute, so it's giving some syntax, incorrect syntax. Okay, I think some issue with this might be it's not accepting some space. Okay, so it doesn't accept the space. You can see it's completed successfully. So let's try to just create this table also. So to create the table, I think we need to select this and execute. Okay, I think this might be requiring this. No. Okay, I think might incorrect syntax. It might be case sensitive, so let's try with this. Okay, again. Let's go with the where and let's see if it's working or not. So guys, this is something basic. I won't go that much in depth. So totally that is taken care by a different team in the organization. Or let's just simply insert some value inside this. Or let me just put this course ID up. Or it might not be accepting some space, maybe. Let's see if try to execute this. Okay, so might be something like it's not accepting some the space. So let's try to just insert some values into courses. Let's say course I. Okay, I think space is not. Course ID. Name. Sorry, course name. Values, you can have something like this. AWS, or it will be, I think, single comma. AWS more values you can insert, like same way you can have the same column name. Let's try to insert something. So this is the basic example, guys. I won't go in that much depth, so you can just simply try this. Course ID, let's say 4, and another course is CyberArk. So let's try to execute this. So you need to select here and you just need to execute. So one row affected, one row. Okay, I think might be something. So let's try to run this. Okay, cool, it's done. This is also cool. So this is also done, guys. It's executed successfully. So in this way you can just create multiple tables. You can just simply just alter it, or there are many queries are there. So if you want to just, let's say, you select, it will give the information. I think star. So let's try to view the information. Okay, something state 1 invalid object name. Why it's the object name? I think it was having the space earlier. No, some another thing. Well, let's try to just simply type the courses and see. Okay, I think it's having some. Okay, cool. You can see we got some values. Okay, and why this is value is repeated, because I just selected and I ran twice. So let's say if I will select this again and I will just click on execute. So let's try to select this and run again. So it will give that same value another time. So that's the your basic query. You can just do it with the database. You can create some database and you can have some table, you can have some column. So can you see here we have some more column like course ID, course name, and these are the ID and these are the course name. So if you want, let's say I want to have more, so just simply select that and just give a different ID and you can give a different name. So it will just have that value, sale point. Let's say we wanted to have more, so just simply type here CyberArk and let's say this will be Okta. And let's say Savient. Cool. So let's try to execute these three if it can. So three are executed. Let's try to select and execute. So you can see we have different course ID and different course name 8, 9. So this is like basic command, guys. You can explore more, and if you want to be a database administrator, so it's very vast. So you can start from the very basic. What is a database? Different types of database like relational, hierarchical, I think oriented and non-oriented. I think these are the different database are there. Then we have example like Oracle. You have Oracle, SQL, MySQL, MongoDB, PostgreSQL. There are many databases, and every database is used for different purpose. Cool. So if you wanted to have more query or if you wanted to explore, you can just explore in same way. So in this way, guys, you can install and you can explore the database. So this is very basic. Just give a try. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel, because more videos are coming onto this channel and you can share with your friends too. So thank you. Have a good idea about this database and good day. And also Merry Christmas to all and Happy New Year to all of you. And in this new year we will be having many videos. I will try to upload as much as video I can, and will try to have some more courses in SecApps learning. So thank you. Have a nice day.